2016 hasn't exactly been the best year for easing the uncertainties that have plagued international financial markets for most of the last decade. A reliable international banking partner can relieve some of that complexity. Join me, Jean-Marc Torre from Bank of the West. What are the challenges that you see businesses wrestling with today?
Well, they have a lot of challenges. They probably have today more challenges that they have had in the probably last 20 years. The change in the geopolitical, political, regulatory, technology, there's now a level of various dimensions that creates a level of complexity for businesses. How it translates depends really on what you want to do, what is your strategy and where you are. You have to have a global, regional and local view to really understand what you can simplify over at the various levels. And the idea that you could be global, meaning dealing everywhere the same way, I don't know if it's ever possible, but it's clearly less possible than ever before.
So how can a reliable international banking partner help smooth out some of these complexities?
It requires more work to make it simple. Companies need to have a trusted partner that know you, know how you're organized, and help support the strategy and the execution of the company worldwide. This requires a strong suite of products, of course the cash pooling and international transaction and treasury services, but it also requires intelligence given in the various countries to provide the proper implementation of those great products, but also the support of bankers on the ground that will allow you to think globally and act locally and to find the best solutions that are available in every market in the conjunction with your overall global strategy.
How do you have those conversations then? How is Bank of the West set up to facilitate that kind of close client relationship you need in order to understand the business and translate that into a strategy for them?
That's a great question because it's the dialogue between the various bankers with the various levels of responsibilities on the company side, which is you have a regional treasurer talking to a banker that would be able to actually know and coordinate regionally the various bankers in the ground with the various companies and treasurers that the regional treasurer would deal with. We have a setup we call One Bank, which is a network of bankers and products that allow a company headquartered anywhere in the world to be supported in their operations, both regionally and locally. To give an example, banks talk about international treasury services products. They have to support their customers internationally. Of course, we have those. It's critical to have a seamless, competitive product to allow companies to monitor and transact and monitor the balances, execute the transactions internationally. But beyond that, you may want to set up a regional treasury in Europe when you are a US company. How you do that? You have to deal with the various treasurers and treasury of your various businesses. You need to have the bank that have got bankers and treasury services consultants that go at every level of your company to advise and to implement, because many times it's in the implementation that the details come up. So to some extent you allow as much as possible a mirroring of skills and knowledge with the skills and knowledge and responsibility levels on the company side.
Of course, businesses need to innovate in order to thrive in new markets. How do your San Francisco connections help businesses on their digital transformation journey?
We are probably best placed than most because yes, we are headquartered in San Francisco, so we are part of the ecosystem. We are in an open innovation approach where we bring startups or innovation that we try with our customers. Give an example. For a long time, banks was how you can have the quickest execution on your foreign exchange transactions. Now there are some innovations that come into what kind of hedging you want, and you have some innovative softwares put in the systems of the customer, identify and manage on a daily basis your foreign exchange exposure and then get immediately the hedge that is needed or as soon as it is identified by the system depending on rules that the company decides. We go into an end-to-end in a way which is very automated, in a way where you need less day-to-day human intervention, and you go into the humans where they are actually the best, which is to define the strategy, to define really what you want, and then you let the execution to be precise and to be immediate.
Jean-Marc, thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
Thanks for watching. You can find out more about Bank of the West at worldfinance.com. And please subscribe for more commercial banking stories, as well as all the latest insights from World Finance.